YouTube. Right. Go to Motel, episode 10. I'll talk about the episode first, and then I'll go on to a roundup of the Blu-ray of the whole season. Straight after, I apologise initially because they might cross over a bit. Each might. I'll start with the episode review IMO first. Okay. Episode 10. Right. Episode 8. Built nicely. I anticipated, I hoped for a nicely built finale. And it was like that with episode 8. Please let hope it brings something. Let's hope the season ends with something. And episode 9 came straight after the episode 8. And it did. Episode 9 brought promise, and then episode 10 came, and it was lavish, it was well handled, it was well put together, edited great, it was gripping, I was gripped. There was introduction. There were new characters thrown in the mix again, even with the final episode of the season. And they were handled. The introduction of a new character was handled great. The writing was well crafted to enable that character to be brought in. It was pivotal to the story and introduction of the new character. As the episode was rolling out before my very eyes, I was like really wanting it to work, and I'm sat there with no bias whatsoever. No one's sponsoring me for doing these videos. I'm doing these videos for myself, and if people want to watch, then let them. And it didn't let me down. It didn't let me down. I understand now why episode 8 was so simmering. It was pivotal. It was pivotal for the finale. The cheapness of episode 8, it was simply, which I mentioned, it was simply because it had to be domestic. Everything had to be brought down to a domestic level for it to work, for episode 10 to work. As I mentioned a minute or so ago, episode 9 then took you up to episode 10. It was wonderfully crafted. Now, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I know it's Friday night, contemporary teen viewing, even though it says 18, the Blu-ray is 18, so yeah, 18. It's for teenagers. It's definitely for the teenage market. And as I say, I'm giving it the benefits of the doubt. I know, as I mentioned in previous episode reviews, it's not Shakespeare. I know that, right? And episode 10, it was shockingly good, with all the benefit given, all the doubt, and all the fact that I'm watching it during the day, and even with my hopes built up, wanting it to be good, it was still a really good payoff. Episode 10, it's still really worked. For an adult, myself, touched on there that I think it's aimed for the teenage markets. Would it work for 16, 17 year olds? Episode 10. It was one of the more sophisticated episodes. Episode 10, would it? I don't know I don't know if teenagers would have stuck around for the whole season. I really don't know. Even though it is on one hand specifically so for teenagers. It's very colourful, it's very contemporary, it's very Harry Potterish. You know, it's very teenage orientated, even though it's an 18. And it appealed to me. I am clearly over 18. You certainly need patience with it because it is a highly plot-driven plot and story-driven piece. The whole Psycho franchise for TV, Bates Motel, is highly plot and story-driven. Even though it's what's the saying there? Even though things aimed for the kids, teenagers, I still think it will take patience. Whether they will stick around for it, I don't know. I really don't know. I hope adults have got into it enough for them to continue. I know season 2's been made. It's actually being shown now. Whether or not it'll have longevity, whether or not Bates Motel it has legs or not, I don't know. I really don't know, because I was thinking, after I finished with episode 10, I was thinking, where can it go? Where can it go? Yeah, it has novel factor as well. Maybe the kids will like it, because it's the kids who ultimately put the telly on, isn't it, of an evening? You know what I mean? It is really, isn't it? It's like, it's on both sides really, isn't it? The adults cough up the money, don't need to purchase the discs. I was saying in episode 1 review that I think it's aimed at adults, the home media market, people who may have the money to buy it, even though it's very teenage orientated. And this is where it comes into it, the fact that I don't watch episodic TV, and I haven't done for a long time, that it might affect my judgment and opinion here. I hope it has legs. I hope it has legs. Well, episode 10, it wrapped up great. It was satisfying. I was gutted. It's all over. I am absolutely gutted. It's going to be when season 2 is released on Blu-ray now. At least I know for a fact that I've got that to come. I'm thinking, how on earth is season 2 going to start? I still think it does depend greatly on its novel factor. The franchise Psycho for TV, Bates Motel. I do think that might work against the TV franchise in regards to its longevity. I don't know. Let's see where it goes. I thoroughly enjoyed episode 10. It was great. Money was spent on it. Like with episode 8, I was saying it looked a little bit cheap. Episode 10, it had money, it was well crafted, and for sitting at home, whiling away an hour, it worked for me. I'm just putting an overall spin on it, hoping it has legs, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a great ride. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's going to hold rewatchability for me. I think it really will hold rewatchability for me. I've not repeat viewed each episode for my review vlogs, so I know for a fact I'll be able to go back and watch it again, because I've tried to give as accurate and unbiased review as possible for each vlog. I've prevented repeat episode viewing. I've tried to do my vlogs quite fresh to give a valid opinion. I've watched them, and within an hour or so, or the following morning, the latest I've ever done a vlog, I've come and done straight review on this. I've thoroughly enjoyed giving these reviews. Thoroughly enjoyed. I'm doing it. It's given me something to buzz, something to watch the television. It's been great. Yeah, I'm gutted it's all over now. I'm really gutted. I am desperately gutted. Yeah, I know, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, all that said and done, right. Bates Motel, right, the Blu-ray itself. Disc. I've not watched the bonus features on it because I've not wanted to take myself out of the series before I've done my vlogs. Get me? I want to give an accurate opinion on the episodes themselves. So I've got the deleted scene. I've got the bonus features, deleted scenes, special features, extras. Got bonus features, deleted scenes, a panel discussion with the cast and creative team. I've got that to come. I can imagine that's like a half an hour or something. Half an hour of each. I can imagine half an hour of the discussion and probably 20 minutes of deleted scenes. I've got that to come. I'm going to watch that probably later today or tomorrow. The Blu-ray itself, as I've mentioned in previous episode vlogs, is fantastic. The transfer is great, both audio and visually. I can highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. If you can get this cheap enough, if you can get it for under UK £10 sterling, I got this. It was £13.30 something, and I was on and off eBay for about 2-3 weeks trying to get it. To get one at a reasonable price. I saw some going for £9 odd, and that was about when I started my vlogs about 3 months ago. Is it now? 10 episodes, 3 months ago. I'm sure you'll be able to get this now for under £10 UK sterling. I'm sure you will. I think it's all region, like I mentioned in the previous episode vlog. I think it's all region. I can highly recommend it. If you're someone who's interested in Psycho, period, it'll work. It'll work. The two leads work, and all the other surrounding characters which are present from the get-go and who get introduced during the season all work. It all works. It all works. It's a very solid season, I think. It'll have its ups and you'll find it'll have its ups and downs. You'll have your ups and downs with it, but overall, you'll be satisfied with it. You'll know when you're going into this, it's not Shakespeare. You'll know that, and don't have too much regard to that. Have it in the back of your mind that it is late night Friday viewing, and I think you'll be pleased with it. I really do. I think you will. Regardless of whether or not you're a Vera Farmiga fan or a Freddie Highmore fan, who are the two leads, regardless, I hadn't even seen the film The Conjuring before watching this. I possibly had seen one movie Freddie Highmore had been in when he was younger, very, very much younger. If you're going into this fresh, I actually went into this initially because I knew Mike Vogel was in it, and I'm going to say no more about that. Yeah. And see, it's dead hard. It's been very difficult for me to do these reviews to try and not be spoiler at all, because it's a plot and story driven piece, you see. The slightest spoiler would ruin it. And I will repeat, like I said, I will repeat now what I've said in the previous episode review. Even Google Images have spoilers, so be very careful how you tread with the internet. Be very, very careful. What else left to say? What else left to say? What else left to say? Yeah, Freddie Highmore. I mentioned in a previous episode review 8 or 9 that he might not be able to pull it off come the end of the season, but he does. He does. Yes, he does. I'm trying to recollect what I've said now. So no, I'm not going to go back and scan what exactly word for word what I said. I'm just not going to do it. I'm trying to do this as natural as possible, to give the most accurate opinion as possible. Any other doubts I had? No, I don't think so. No. It's just Freddie Highmore. It works. Freddie Highmore, I think the doubt I had with Freddie Highmore is I just simply didn't think he was a strong enough actor simply to pull it off. But he gets a bit of spine in episode 9. Him as a person, the actor Freddie Highmore does. You can tell he's had a training coach or something. You can tell that he's you can tell he's had some guidance. He's put on some weight and he started working out. And that's going to move me on to something else in a minute. Script and which came first, chicken or egg? Script or the casting of the actors? Just there, we're going to get to that in a minute. Freddie Highmore, he must have got some kind of training during the production. He started working out and it gave him some spine for the finale. And it's dead difficult again for me to specify why I'm saying certain specifics without giving spoilers away. Let's put it this way. He had to become more attractive towards the end of episode 9 and for episode 10. He had to become physically more attractive as a man. Get me? For it to work. For episode 10 to work. And that's why I'm saying it was visually obvious. It was noticeable that he put on weight and he started working out. His shoulders and that got larger. You could tell the triangular shape of his body and that. You could tell he developed and he'd been trained out, he'd been working out, he'd been advised to. Now I'll go on to that now in a minute. To make himself look more masculine, yeah, get me. Or else I don't think episode 10 would have worked. In regards to the season at that point, which came first, script or the casting, I thought the casting was great, fantastic. Now, and I was thinking, after I finished with episode 10, before I've just done this review, which may have come first, the actual scripting or the casting. Do you know what tends to come first, scripting or casting, or they both come hand in hand? In regards to that point I just made, Freddie Highmore. Casting was great. It was pivotal, I thought. Absolutely pivotal. In regards to episode 6, when I mentioned the thing with the lighting, and with episode 10 in regards to, yes, episode 10 for him to pull it off as a man for episode 10. Whether or not they anticipated whether or not he such and that he would have to work out for it to work. No, build up for episode 10 to work. Because he was quite skinny actually in episode 1. Quite skinny. Yeah. Which comes first? I wonder which comes first. I wonder. Vera lost a bit of weight during the show, the production, going into episode 6. No, it was episode 6 to 7 or 5 to 6. Yeah, 5 to 6. Vera lost a bit of weight for episode 6, the production of episode 6. Like Freddie gained a bit of weight and muscle for episode 10, 9 and 10. Vera lost a bit of weight for episode 6, and that helped her character as well. Helped. Yeah, definitely. She had to become more feminine, and she had to become more sexually attractive for it to work. She had to become more of a sophisticated character. I feel terrible harping on about sophistication in regards to Bates Motel, because as I say, it's not Shakespeare. It just goes to show that I just don't watch television, certainly episodic television. So, well, it's, as I say in the title, it's a review, IMO, in my opinion. Well, there you go. I'm going to quit there while thinking ahead. Here's to season 2. I don't know what else to say. Apart from I'm gutted. I'm seriously gutted. It's all over. Yeah, seriously gutted. I'm seriously gutted. Yeah. Over and out.